This game was decided in the trenches from start to finish. Like I predicted, Miami's pass rush was the only way Miami was going to win. The defense, led by Hakeem Messidor and Ruben Bain, suffocated a powerful Ohio State offense. Ohio State was held to 45 rushing yards as Sayan was sacked 5 times. The defense also recorded 7 tackles for loss. The Miami offense learned from its performance against A&M and leaned on the ground game on offense. This game really flipped when Miami went up 14-0 on a Keandre Scott pick 6. Ohio State's offense is mainly centered on slow, concise drives that involve a balance of run and pass. So Miami going up 14-0 threw Ohio State out of rhythm. Ohio State did fight back to make it a 3-point game after going on a 14-3 run. Even though Jeremiah Smith had another monster game throughout the second half, the rest of the offense lagged behind. Just like in the game against A&M, Miami leaned on the run game on the final drive to close out Ohio State and win the Cotton Bowl. Ohio State looked rusty throughout the game. The first-round bye curse continues as teams with the first-round bye move to 0-5. This was a defensive battle. Both offenses were completely shut down. Texas Tech faced the first good defense they've played all year and were shut down completely. Baron Morton looked clueless as he threw 2 picks on the day. Oregon's offense was also harassed by Texas Tech's defensive line. Dante Moore was sacked 3 times in the first quarter alone. Oregon had some questionable calls on 4th down, which led to them being turned away. Oregon's offense also shot themselves in the foot multiple times with bad snaps which stalled out drives as well. One bad snap took them out of field goal range completely at the end of the first half. Luckily for Oregon's offense, the defense played lights out. Texas Tech had 3 first downs in the entire first half. While Texas Tech's defense is championship caliber and is very impressive, their offense was very lackluster throughout the game. However, this Oregon defense did silence the critics about their defensive competence. They will be tested next week against a very good Indiana offense. This game was an absolute massacre. Before the game, I said that Alabama would win if they played up to their competition like the first matchup against Georgia. But Alabama didn't play like that. Indiana silenced the upset alert just after halftime when Indiana went up 24-0. Not much else needs to be said about this game. While Alabama's defense is good, it's hard to consistently play at a high level when you are constantly on the field. Indiana should be the odds-on favorite to win the national championship at this point. This was definitely the best game of the playoffs so far. Both offenses and defenses had multiple great plays throughout the game. The game started out with the defenses dominating for the first quarter. Georgia and Ole Miss traded touchdowns as Georgia took a 14-12 lead. Then Georgia's defense forced a huge scoop and score to go up 2 scores. At this point, it looked like Georgia was going to win another big game to advance to the semis. But Ole Miss did not give up. They took over the third quarter along with the beginning of the fourth as they outscored Georgia 22-3. Just like with the scoop and score in the first half with Georgia, Ole Miss looked to be running away with the game. Georgia showed their hard-to-kill nature and tied the game with less than a minute left. However, a clutch third-down pass from Chambliss to Wallace put Ole Miss in field goal range. Ole Miss kicker Lucas Carnero nailed the field goal to give the Rebels the lead. After a weird series of events that included a lateral which hit the pylon, free kick, onside kicks, and more laterals, Ole Miss won 39-34. It will be interesting to watch Ole Miss attempt to manage Miami's defensive line. Ole Miss is a very resilient team and showed that they are a legit title contender. I went 2-2 in my predictions this week. Let me know your thoughts on this round in the comments below. My predictions on the semis will be out soon.